In a sleepy coastal town called Blackwater Bay, tales of the sea were as common as the salty breeze. For generations, fishermen shared stories of the deep and the dangers that lurked beneath the waves. However, none struck more fear than the legend of the 5-Minute Men. According to the lore, a group of fishermen in the early 1900s had set out for a nightly catch. As the moon hung high and the tide turned, they found themselves caught in a violent storm. Their small boat capsized, and they were thrown into the icy grip of the ocean. Holding on to hope, they struggled to survive, but when help finally arrived, they were too late. All but one of the men had perished. They were found washed ashore, lifeless, faces frozen in terror. The surviving fisherman, Thomas, claimed they had drowned for 5 horrifying minutes, a price paid to the sea for their arrogance. For 5 minutes, he insisted, they faced their darkest fears, long enough for the ocean to claim a piece of their souls. Years passed, but the story never faded. The townsfolk whispered about it as if conjuring the ghost of the 5-Minute Men when the wind howled through the docks. Children dared each other to stand at the water's edge, taunting the spirits that supposedly roamed the depths. One summer evening, a group of college students, seeking adventure and amused by the old tales, decided to challenge the legend. They gathered their gear and headed out to the very spot where the fishermen had drowned, armed with flashlights and bravado. They laughed, splashing water at each other as the sun dipped below the horizon. But as night fell, the atmosphere shifted. The air became heavy, and the laughter died down. A fog rolled in from the sea, thick and choking. Visibility dropped to just a few feet, shrouding the students in an eerie silence. Equipped with their curiosity, they ventured deeper into the mist, unaware that they were not alone. Suddenly, they heard it, a low, mournful echo coming from the depths. Panic set in as a feeling of dread washed over them. One by one, the students began to see shadowy figures rising from the water, dressed in tattered fishing clothes, faces drawn and pale, eyes hollow as they stared into the void. 5 minutes, one whispered, his voice a gurgle as if spoken through submerged lungs. The students backed away, their minds racing. What had they awoken? Ignoring the rising tide, they scrambled to get back to the shoreline, but the shadows lingered, watching, waiting. Then, without warning, the water surged. One by one, the students were pulled under, drowning in panic as the shadows closed in around them. They fought against the unseen grip of the ocean, but nothing could save them. It was as if the very sea thirsted for their souls, demanding its price once more. Above the surface, the fog dissipated, revealing the quiet bay, still and calm. The giggles of the college students faded, leaving only the echo of the 5-Minute Men's laughter, lost to the depths, and waiting for the next group of brave souls to take their place in the haunting tide. As dawn broke over Blackwater Bay, the townsfolk gathered by the water. They felt it in their bones, the sorrow of a night filled with desperation and fear. It was just another story to add to the legend, a tale of 5 minutes that would ripple through generations to come, reminders that the sea holds secrets best left undiscovered.